Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon, filling in for the vacationing Dan Ramey.
He's on assignment.
He's on assignment. Now, he gets vacation, so we can say he's on vacation. Yeah. But he's been sending out a lot of photos of granddaughter Amelia, and that kid, one of these days, will probably sue him for all of the name, image, and likeness that she's missed out on.
Like the kid on the Nirvana album cover?
Yeah, I think I did see something on that. Yeah, she'll have, and you and I could probably testify on her behalf that
Probably.
Her image was ripped off many times. So probably shouldn't give her any ideas, because if this remains in perpetuity, she might go back and
She'll
look at
take
this.
Dan's millions.
Yeah, and Missy, Dan's wife, saying, "Well, what millions?" Missy might be what is it, class action? She may join that class action lawsuit. But we hope that everybody out there had a great Christmas, which was just yesterday. Seemed like it was 2 weeks ago, but we'll talk a little bit later about maybe what both of us were up to yesterday over the holiday. Let's look at the weather. Cloudy skies, some lingering rain possibilities today. It rained hard last night. We came back from a trip to Dayton, and I was surprised at some of the puddles that we were seeing there along the city streets, village streets in Frankfort, as to how much rain. But today, some lingering showers possible throughout the day. High of 58. I love this mild weather, but we'll pay for it somewhere down the road. A little cooler tomorrow, although we expect some sunshine, and a high of 49. Later this week, we'll be looking at the New Year's holiday weekend, in case folks are, traveling in our region or doing something for New Year's Eve. We are limited on topics today. Everybody with the holiday, there's no press releases going out like there usually is day in and day out, but we do have a few stories to share with you from over the last week or so. That's all coming up here in just a moment. Let's take a look at some of our great sponsors. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, they're still with us, and they're still wanting you to know that they're there year-round. If you need a dumpster for a big cleanup project in and around your property, give them a call. 253-8389, Scioto Valley Dumpsters. News coming up.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon back with you on Litter Media Live. This is the day after Christmas edition. I may have to start wearing these reading glasses when I'm wearing my contact lenses. I have a new prescription for my contacts, which are, both eyes are for far reading. So anything that's within that, I can't, it's just like a blur. So it's good for distance. I mean, I can see that fly when he's going on the wall.
Do you know what your prescription is?
It's on the box. I don't know.
Because I have real bad eyes. I always have.
Yeah.
I'm extremely nearsighted.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
Yeah. But I just changed this prescription. So, yeah, whenever I'm wearing the contacts, I may have to go to my Ben Franklin's here to read.
Bifocals.
Yes, sir. Here's what is happening as far as our news headline topics for today. We did post this, I think it was on Christmas Eve. Several local individuals have been appointed to positions by Governor Mike DeWine. Dennis Kirk of Hillsborough has been appointed to the Southern State Community College Board of Trustees. That term got underway on December the 22nd and will run through May of 2028. Pickaway County Prosecutor Judy Wolford of Asheville has been reappointed to the Ohio Organized Crime Investigation Commission. That term got underway on the 22nd and will end in September of 2026. Bradford Shaw of Baltimore, Ohio, that's up in Fairfield County, he's been appointed to the Marks Radio Steering Committee for a term beginning the 22nd. And this one lasts as long as the governor wants him to be in there. I've never seen a term of any position like that, but it says continuing at the pleasure of the governor. Doug Fisher of Lancaster has been reappointed to the Radiation Advisory Council for a term that also began December the 22nd and runs through September of 2028. Giving you a heads up, kind of peering into 2024. A reminder about the Arts Around photography workshop classes that are coming up in early 2024. The Mount Pleasant Photography Club will be presenting them at the Arts Around Gallery, 135 West Main Street in Circleville. They'll be held on Tuesdays, with Wednesday being the backup date in case there's bad weather on a Tuesday. That they would have to move it to Wednesday. So when we give you these dates, that's the scenario. In January the 16th, this will be photo basics, camera settings, and exposure. Could you use any?
I might need to go to these.
Yeah, some help there. On February 6th, 7th, that's basic photo composition, which is techniques to take better pictures. This is something I could really benefit from. Dan always comes up with these nature photos, the things I see that he posts. I just see road and where I'm going. February 27th and 28th, this is basic photo editing, which is post-processing tips common to various software. So check that out at Arts Around for the months of January and February. A friend of ours, Jade Berry, has announced that she'll be closing her business, The Stack, at the end of this calendar year. And I think you got some video from Jade making this announcement earlier this month.
It is by faith and nothing else that at the end of this year, the storefront will be closing and I will walk into the complete unknown. I know you're probably sitting there like, this is crazy. We love The Stack. And trust me, I know I've already had my emotional roller coasters and breakdowns and all of the things. But let me be the first to tell you, I know firsthand that when you trust God with the unknown, that you see his hand all over your life and you're blessed and you walk into things that you never thought you would walk into. And this is that kind of season.
Jade, just a wonderful person. A lot of people that know her, a Christian faith, and she said things have been going well at the store, but she feels the Lord calling her in a different direction in ways to serve the community. So you'll see Jade around. It's just that it won't be necessarily at the Stack. Another local business note, the owners of 7 Mile Smokehouse announced that they are closing their brick and mortar location on South Bridge Street in Chillicothe. In fact, they've already closed it as of December the 23rd. However, they will continue to offer their tasty meals with a new food truck, and this is the trailer here, and this will start in April of 24. So we wish the folks at 7 Mile Smokehouse well in still in the business, but just a little bit different. You were talking about when you were out in Los Angeles that these kinds of businesses flourish.
Oh, food trucks, huge. And Mexican food especially. Mm-hmm. It's so good out there.
I think you were familiar with this. I've never been to it. I think maybe Dan has. I can't remember. A place called the Burrito Buggy, which I think is an old Volkswagen bus down at Ohio University campus. And that thing's been around forever, it seems like. But a lot of the grads down at OU I've always talked about the burrito buggy. But
And there's something especially nice about having food trucks when downtown Chillicothe's seen all these changes in recent years and it's becoming this thriving community. Going to a food truck and grabbing some food and walking around downtown just seems like a nice time, especially in April when this is opening up.
Yeah, so, and there are a few other businesses that are doing that here locally. I know when I was in New York City back in 2010, I mean, they were everywhere. But, yeah, it's kind of a neat experience, especially if you're wanting to get something on the go or some specialty food. But those folks at 7 Mile Smokehouse, that's what they'll be doing starting in the spring of 2024. A slim day in sports as well. We'll give you a preview of some boys high school basketball games that are coming up tonight, including a real biggie in non-conference play. All that coming up here on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. Michael Linton and the guys out there and guys and gals there to take care of all of your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Been around for more than 4 decades, your trusted comfort advisor. And if you're watching us from Hamilton County, give them a call because they've really stretched out their wings as far as their coverage area. Not only the Scioto Valley where they, so to speak, made their bread, but now they're casting bread upon the waters and going out farther out into the state of Ohio. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Sports is coming up.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
And don't forget the locations for McDonald's in our area: Chillicothe, Waverly, Circleville, and Greenfield. McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
Oh, there you go. Boys high school basketball gets back underway after a couple of days off for Christmas holiday. The one on top, that's a biggie. Minford has only 1 loss. Westfall is undefeated. That's at Westfall tonight, so check that one out. Minford at Westfall in an interconference battle. That's SOC against the SVC. Another non-conference matchup that should be a dandy. Jackson taking on St. Trace. Adena taking on McLean. Logan Elm, Athens. Tays Valley at Central Crossing. I believe Central Crossing it will be in the OCC division that Tays Valley will be in next year. St. Charles will be taking on Lancaster, and Lancaster Fisher Catholic taking on Liberty Union. I know I misspelled that. Library Union. When we saw Liberty Union a few weeks ago at Tays Valley, they came into that game having not won a game. And they played Tays Valley to the last shot. It was a 3-point game, and we were saying, this team's going to win some games. Well, I noticed they've won 3 games since we were there for that one. So that's a team, that Liberty Union Club, to watch out for. But those are some of the boys' games on tap for tonight. I think the girls get back into play tomorrow night. Most everything that you're going to see between here and January the 5th are going to be non-conference games, a number of holiday tournaments and things of that nature. Some of them have already been played. But those scores you'll be able to follow on our littermedia.com scoreboard page. That's our website. You can check those finals out later tonight. Plus, we'll also have many of those on Litter X, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know if that's the way everybody's saying it now.
Yeah, because X is a dumb name.
Yeah. I wonder how long you'll stay with that.
I wonder how long the website will exist.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, you were talking about that the other day, so we'll see. we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, check those scores out a little bit later. It's been 3 days removed since most of the NFL games involving the Ohio teams. Of course, the Bengals lost, but the Browns won. They put a little bit of a scare me. I was not able to watch the game. They were up 36-7. And then when I checked later, it was 36-22. And I said, now, come on, guys, don't blow this. But Cleveland comes back to play this Thursday night. And if they win that game, that clinches a playoff berth. That, according to Coach Stefanski in the locker room after the game.
That must be nice.
Yeah.
I think my team has less than a 1% chance of getting into the playoffs.
Well, but you have to appreciate the frustration of we Cleveland Brown fans for so many decades. Not very good. But they've been, with all of the trouble that they've had this year with injuries, I think 26 or 27% of their roster is on injured reserve. They got a 38-year-old third-string quarterback that they signed off the practice squad, and he's leading them. I think he's, excuse yourself, bless you. 4 games now that he's thrown for over 300 yards. That's just a great story. So hopefully they don't implode now after I bragged on them. So we'll see how that.
They'll do what the Blue Jackets have been doing.
I was not even going to go there, but okay, you brought it. Now, there was a game, the Giants and the Eagles last night. When we were visiting with family up in Dayton. I was kind of watching that. Some of the family members were Cowboy fans, so they were rooting for the Giants to beat the Eagles.
Right.
And I don't even know how it finished up. Do you?
No idea.
I think the Eagles, they would score and go ahead by like 12 or 13 points, and then the Giants would come right back and get within one score. But we'll check that out for you a little bit later. This is a Tuesday, so today, it's not this date in history. It is Revolutionary War Minute. That's coming up right after this.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit DixieChopper.com.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
An update from our sports. We were talking about the Eagles and the Giants. The Eagles did eventually win that game last night, 33-25. So I think that's 11-4. So that still puts them, I believe, ahead of the boys, the Cowboys. Yeah. So here we are, thanks to the Daughters of the American Revolution, Nathaniel Massey chapter, which they always supply us something good for a Tuesday in commemoration of the upcoming 250th anniversary of the Revolutionary War. Many Americans, now this is kind of funny in a way, switched allegiance and changed sides during the Revolution depending on which side was winning. I think they call that fair weather fan.
Yeah, they're bandwagoning.
For example, at one inn, and this is a picture of George Washington on his horse in front of an inn. So you can imagine they were rooting for George on this occasion. At one inn along a well-traveled road in New Jersey, what is today Route 1, the innkeeper would send a servant out to look down the road every morning and throughout the day. If an army was spotted, the servant was charged with identifying the colors and raising the corresponding flag to keep soldiers from burning down the inn.
That's pretty funny.
Now, you have your fair weather fans who just want to root for a winner, but I could somewhat understand you don't want your inn burned down. But if you were fighting for one side or another, that would be treason. And that's punishable by death during times of war.
Right.
So, but I thought that was kind of an interesting story. Businesses going with whoever.
That's like changing your bumper stickers when you're driving between Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're on the winning side. Christmas yesterday, I assume things went well in your household.
Yeah, I told you we watched Rocky IV, which is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
And you said you liked it because?
Well, it's cheesy. It's not a good movie, but it's cheesy and it's fun.
Now, our pastor, John Welch, thinks this was the best of the Rocky movies, and I still can't. You can't be serious, John.
I'm a huge Rocky fan. It's not a great movie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't think it's bad, but it's 75% montage. It's not even really a movie.
Yeah, I thought of the first three, 1 and 2 were the best.
Oh yeah, by far.
Now 3, you get ginned up and you're rooting obviously against Clubber Lang, but yeah, 1 and 2.
1 and 2 are more serious and they're less boxing movies and more of a romance between Rocky and Adrian. Right. And then 3, it starts to get a little cartoony, and then by 4, it's just full ridiculousness.
Now, some of the more popular movies of all time had sequels, but not all of them. But have you ever seen a movie that you felt you'd have been better just leaving it alone at 1? That was a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jaws is one of those. They should have left it alone at 1. 2 was not terrible. I didn't walk out of the theater, but they got really bad after that.
I kind of feel that way about Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the second one. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. I mean, you always wonder, let's say as far as a romance story in a movie, you always want to, wonder what happened in their lives.
Yeah.
Casablanca is one. I'm so thankful they left it alone. Now, To Kill a Mockingbird, it's my understanding that Harper Lee actually wrote another story.
Semi-recently, right?
Well, she's been gone for some time, I think, but it was just released.
Right.
And it changes the whole character of Atticus Finch, which he's a heroic icon, but in the other story, it's like he's kind of like a racist, and it's like, wow, that's not the Atticus Finch that I remember. So
yeah, sometimes I wonder what it would be like if they never made sequels to Star Wars. If it was just the one. Mm-hmm. I think pop culture would be completely different.
For the worse or better?
I don't know.
Oh, golly. Yeah. Now, there are some things in an original story that maybe there's pertinent information. Let's say we were talking about the movie Patton. Now, the sequel was not an in-theater movie. It was a made-for-TV movie. But there's a lot of people that they watch a movie, but they don't bother to read history, and they have no idea what happened to George Patton after that story.
Right.
Well, we told you on this date in history a week or so ago what happened to him. And I'm going to make you look it up if you weren't watching that day.
Are there any sequels that you think are better than the original?
Oh, well, we were talking the other day about the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think 1 and 3 were by far the
3
best.
3 is my favorite.
I kind of lean a little bit towards 3 also.
Because Sean Connery's great.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Did you know they wanted him back for one of the subsequent movies after that, and he didn't? So they killed him off in that. Was that in 4 or 5?
I think in between movies, they just said he died.
Well, I think they showed a picture, like a picture of him on a desk or something, and Indy's looking kind of, sad at, Dad's not with us anymore, that type of thing. So, yeah, but that is one of the few exceptions that 3 might have been a little bit better, but 1 was still fantastic. Anything else from the holidays? What'd you get? What did Santa Claus bring you?
I got a new lens for my camera that you saw me using on Friday.
So you got it before Christmas?
I did, because...
Did Santa send it FedEx so you could get it?
My sister was home, and she had to work on Christmas, so we had to do Christmas a little early.
Gotcha. All right, is your family open the presents before Christmas traditionally, or is that something that just was unusual?
We just open the presents when Katie gets home.
Okay, that's Aaron's sister.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Laura's always been big on Christmas morning, waiting till Christmas morning.
When we were kids, that's how it was, but...
Yeah, were you one that would sneak downstairs at night on Christmas Eve and try to...
Yeah, I would check.
But were you going down to see Santa, or were you just going down to see the presents?
At first it was going down to see Santa, and then it was the presents.
Did you put milk and cookies out for him?
Yeah.
I guess a tradition in Laura's family was always to give everybody new pajamas on Christmas Eve.
I've heard that before.
We never did that in our household. So the shirt that I got this year it's a Santa Claus on the T-shirt, and he's saying, "I'm here for the cookies." So, yeah. And I need to lay off the cookies for about a week or two, because I gained some weight during the holiday. That's the present that I did not want to have for Christmas. But I hope everybody out there had a great Christmas holiday. And, of course, New Year's is coming up here in a week, and we want you to make sure that you celebrate responsibly, as our commercials tell everybody out there. Any other thoughts before we close today?
I don't think so.
Again, things were a little slow topics-wise. It usually is. It was always that way with radio, Christmas and then New Year's, because everybody else is on vacation, so there's no press releases and big stories going out. Things hopefully remain good and quiet as far as the bad news. We want to tell you about the good news, and we'll be back to tell you more about those good news things tomorrow during our daily program. We also have a special edition tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. J.J. Milliken of Pickaway County, that's our Pickaway special edition. That's at about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so joining us for that, and then our daily program about an hour after that. Until that time, for Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith saying have a good Tuesday, everybody. We'll catch you on Wednesday at Litter Media Live.